That's all for today. All right, that's not all for today. If you saw that, welcome back to the Tribe of Business Community stream. All our viewers on YouTube and Twitch, we thank you so much for your support. And today we're going to be talking about productivity, how to 10x your productivity. And one of the ways we've been talking about a little bit, you may have seen it in the news, ChatGPT-3. So, Liam is here with us. He also uses ChatGPT-3. We both use it to improve our productivity. But we're not going to rely on it completely. It's not going to be the end all be all. It is a means to the ends to help you learn and improve your productivity. But ultimately, you got to be making the decisions at the end of the day, right? You got to be making those business decisions. So, Liam, tell me, how do you use ChatGPT-3? What's it helped you with so far?
Couple things. I've actually, apart from my regular marketing job, like the social media captions and whatnot, like sometimes if I'm having a hard time coming up with something,
Mm-hmm.
if it's more like a corporate caption, I'll use it. If it's very specific to a target audience or whatever, I'll come up with it because I feel like I have a good understanding of certain niches and whatnot. I've been using it a bit as Google, like asking it questions that I could Google,
Right.
just so it kind of gives me a straight answer or like, um, I don't know, rather than Googling something, I'm just chat GPT in it basically. So I'll put questions on it or,
Yeah.
how do I scrape emails and you'll give me a full tutorial. I don't know. I guess it kind of reduces the noise. Like when you go on Google, there's so many search results and everything. But if you give it your prompt, how do I do this? We just, give you everything. You have the links. You can ask it to code it. You can ask it to link you examples. Fantastic. I love
Wait, you
it.
can ask it
it
to code like an embed? Oh my gosh, my nails are still painted. My daughter painted my nails. I totally forgot.
sure, yeah. Yeah, I've seen you can ask it to code stuff for you and it will.
Oh yeah, I have seen videos, but I didn't know that was like Chat GPT-3 can do that. I thought it was a
Um,
separate program or something. Have you ever tried doing that? Like, hey, write me an embed or something?
with code, I get way too lost. I look at it, it just looks like nonsense. I'm a
Yeah.
no code designer, so I'll use Shopify, Wix, Webflow. Anything that's code, I try to stay away from.
Jordan's a coder. He said, figured I'd come listen, can't speak because I'm in class. No worries, Jordan. Appreciate you tuning in, man, and stopping by. Um, you write code, so you'd be a good person to ask this question to. He said, I ask it to code and it yells at me. I can't code, but I can help you. So it's basically saying it doesn't write like fresh code itself, but it's pulling from the best written code out there to give you some help. So again, like we talked about at the beginning of this, it is not the end all be all of your productivity, but it is one of the tools in your repertoire, in your work bench or your toolbox to pull from to say, hey, I'm really stuck. I can't come up with an idea for this live stream. I know I need to go live about productivity and talk about this today, but I don't really have a good title in mind. Let me ask ChatGPT-3, write me a good stream title for a productivity and self-care stream. And Liam tried it. He tried to outperform ChatGPT-3, and we're gonna let the audience decide here. Jordan, you can help us decide and leave your answer in the comments if you think that he did well. But he came up with how to 10x your productivity. I think that was what your best one was, right, Liam?
Yeah, how to 10x your
So would you
productivity.
have clicked on that? Answer me in the chat or in the comments. Would you have clicked on how to 10x your productivity, or as ChatGPT-3 came up with here? I'll pull it up so y'all can see on the screen. It said, unlock your productivity and self care, a live stream Twitch to transform your life. See, I feel like that's very impactful. Oh, it's not actually pulled up on the screen. I feel like that's pretty impactful. How to, or unlock your productivity and self care, a live stream Twitch to transform your life. I really like that. I don't know why, but I mean, would you have clicked on that, or would you have clicked on how to 10x your productivity? Let us know in the comments. I honestly
We have
think
to self-reflect here and be honest with
I
ourselves.
honestly think Liam is one of the best copywriters I know, and that was not a bad title. That's probably something I would have come up with, and I think it would have worked. But I think ChatGPT-3 is able to come up with really good ideas that then you can expand upon. Like, oh, I don't really want to say I'm gonna 10x your productivity necessarily. I think if you applied everything you learned from these sessions, you could 10x your productivity. But we're not necessarily talking about, oh, here's the solution. So this kind of explains it, unlocking your productivity and self-care. Maybe I'd take out the self-care part, because self-care is kind of built into what we do in all the sessions, and the whole mentality of Triba is like, we're about self-care. Going about your business efficiently and effectively means having a good, stable mental platform to build on. If you're mentally unstable and you're not taking care of your body and your mind, I guarantee you your business is not going to flourish and prosper. And all the most successful people I know have really great self-care techniques and strategies that they do on a regular basis. They have a routine. They have diets and specific restrictions. They exercise. And if you're not doing those things, you have the opportunity to 10x your productivity right off the bat by trying out and starting those things. So yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways, and we could get into that today. I want to know what you guys are struggling with and what you want help with. There's a whole channel dedicated to productivity in Triba. There's a self-care group, a self-mastery group, and on Wednesdays, Garrett's a great guy to talk to. He actually got me into the carnivore diet. Has anyone heard of that?
Is
I
that
gotta
where you
catch up on
just eat
chat.
meat and like
That's
wine?
just the meat one. Yeah, I think I recommended you try out meat, right, Liam?
Yeah, I thought about switching from vegetarian to just meat
Oh, you're
because during
vegetarian right now.
yeah, I've been for 3 years, and I started
Yeah,
looking into Jordan Peterson and Michaela Peterson, and they talk about
exactly.
the carnivore diet. I was like, oh man, I should give this a try, see if it optimizes my life.
Do you feel like you're neurotypical or neurodiverse? What would you?
Oh, you're going way too scientific on
Okay.
me. Well, what does that mean?
Well, technically, like I think what happens is a lot of people who have small genetic changes, um, their bodies adapt in unique ways. So maybe you have, what is it, EDS or something, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and you struggle with a vast array of different things because of that small deficiency of protein. But ultimately, it does show that people have to compensate. Their brains compensate in ways that make them smarter than average in certain areas, struggle in others. But I think that that's not a really great description of neurodiversity, and I don't want to offend anybody. I think that I have EDS, and it does affect my life in pretty weird ways. But one of the ways is, um, you have to really master yourself to actually accomplish anything. You have that too? Oh my gosh, Jordan, we got to talk more. I'm going to read back through this chat here. Productivity for me, I go look at my code and I close it immediately. I want to learn how to stream and help people. Well, you're in the right place. And I would be glad to help you, show you the ropes. We do the Monday workshops with BU, and you can always turn on your mic and camera, ask questions, and practice there. That is an open place. We do the live stream for a while, and then we're going to open it up. So practice there. I'd love for you to hop on and come up with a thought or two that you want to share with people. Maybe while you're watching, turn on your camera, ask a question, or share that. It'll really get you experience. It's just being on camera, talking to the camera over and over and over that builds that comfortableness. And then you can tap into, hey, I have so much knowledge to share with people, even 10% more than the average person. You can figure it out and you can do it. I firmly believe anybody can live stream and do it well with practice and with the right coaching and tools. I don't think you have to be a very specific personality. I think the most autistic person could stream if they really wanted to, if that was their goal and that was their mission. They set about to do that. I'm saying that in the most loving way. I have a lot of autistic friends. I think I'm on the spectrum, but ultimately, it's really about follow through and doing content, connecting with the people, connect with that person on the other side of the camera, you know, and it's easier than going up on stage and talking. It really is. Yeah, yeah. No, I feel you there. Like, me on camera right now with you is totally different than me in person talking to you. Like, I can smile and and be so like natural like this because there's no one in the room. I have no other distraction. But if I was there with you, like in a group setting, I would either be the person just rambling constantly, talking nonstop, and you'd be like, "Will this guy please just shut up about Discord? Like, what is Discord?" Or I'd be the dude who's just like listening awkwardly, fidgeting, and bouncing my legs in the corner. So, uh, Goldfish said, "My diet: eat when not working, so never." Goldfish, you need to eat, man. Food is really important for brain productivity. Um, Fats. You need fats. I think a lot of people rule out fats in their diet because they're like, oh, I don't want to get fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. Sugar makes you fat. Carbs make you fat. Fat fuels your brain, and you need good fats. You need animal fats in your life. If not, you got to replace those with a lot of different chemicals to get those proteins in the fats that you need. So that's why I think going vegetarian, you have to really be considerate of the deficiencies you could suffer from. Going carnivore isn't as much. There are a few supplements that we recommend, like magnesium, but you get all the proteins you need and the amino acids to build new molecules in your body from eating the animal protein because they already built it. They chewed on the grass and digested it and built out all these protein structures that then you can absorb and use, as opposed to having to take all these special supplements to actually get the protein you need, or eat a massive bowl of peanuts or tofu or something to get the protein you need. Um, I wouldn't say carnivore is for everyone. We talk about this actually quite a bit. Go watch a podcast on carnivore. Jordan Peterson, Michaela Peterson, both have tried it. Joe Rogan's got some good stuff on it. He tried it too. He got massive poops. I won't go into more detail, but let me read back through chat again. I need more protein. Yeah. Yeah. For sure, man. Hey, let's talk about the streaming stuff afterwards. I'd love to help you. I know you're in class right now, but Goldfish as well streams. He's on our Twitch right now watching. He's a streamer. He's been following my content for a long time. Great dude. And, he's been starting to make TikToks and stuff that are pretty funny. And if you are trying to do content creation, the best way you can do it is in collaboration with other people, learning what works for them, copying that kind of pattern, not ripping off their content, but doing similar stuff. I actually listened to a really, really, really good podcast by Mr. Beast, or not by Mr. Beast, with Mr. Beast. Lex Fridman interviewed him. I'm going to post it right here. You all can check it out. I'm not sponsored by Lex Fridman or anything. But he did it on the future of YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Do you guys want the long short? Because I listened to it I'm an hour into it. I listened to it while I was out. Do you want the long short of it? What do you think, Liam?
Actually, I started watching it too.
Okay. Well, listen to it, guys. I'd listen to the whole thing because Mr. Beast is an absolute fucking genius. And Lex Fridman's also an absolute genius. So these two guys in the same room, like, it starts off and he just goes straight in, and it's like from there it's interesting. They talk about like post life, leaving videos. They bonded over making a death video. Like, that was their first discussion topic, was, have you made a video to be released when you die? And I listened to that. I was like, that'd be a really interesting exercise to record a video to be released if I die, and basically it's a living will. Be really interesting. I might do that. Not that I am planning on dying anytime soon, guys. Don't worry. But Mr. Beast is a genius, and what he was saying is, for content, don't try to be better than Mr. Beast. Be your own person. Come up with your own stuff. But you can still learn from what Mr. Beast does. Like, one thing he does is he watches a ton of content related to what he does, viral YouTube videos. So his videos on his YouTube are all viral videos that he can learn from. He looks at all he looks at all the titles, figures out what kind of titles work, what kind of thumbnails work, and then he makes videos around that, but his own ideas, his own creation. He doesn't try to copy everyone else. I thought that was inspiring. Like, take your own stuff, make it better, learn from what other people are doing, but do your own thing. And Tribe has its own unique thing. I mean, we're a family. This is where you find your belonging. This is where you connect with other business minds and people who want to do this kind of stuff. And it's a really incredible place. Y'all are part of that. Each one of you, my viewers, my fam, I really appreciate you. And just supporting us, chatting in the Discord. Jordan, that made me something very simple for you. You're just in class doing it, but it makes a big difference and it matters. I really appreciate you being here and just listening and giving your input. Even these memes. Let's look at this meme. I'm learning French. What languages do you know? I'm Swift in C, Java, JavaScript, PHP, and Python. That's great. A great way to end a date faster than you've ever ended a date. The language of love versus the language of programming. Oh, here's another one, of course. They always argue and disagree. We should have like a comic minute or comic cuts in the middle of each stream where we just look at is this Cyanide and Happiness or is this a ripoff Cyanide and Happiness? I don't know. They always argue and disagree. This is working extremely fine on my computer. We're not going to deliver your machine to clients. Fix it. Thanks for helping. But they're always there for each other. Thanks for helping me refactor my code. No problem. I got you. Oh, this is just some coding love. The one guy's shirt says I love bugs, and the other guy's shirt says I love code. That's good. Yeah, this is definitely a Cyanide and Happiness ripoff. It's not funny enough for Cyanide and Happiness, but it's still funny. Goldfish is 5,000 feet above sea level right now with crappy Wi-Fi listening to our stream. What a fucking champ. Like, Goldfish is one of the most incredible people I know, and I'm glad he's listening right now. It gives me inspiration to continue doing what I do, even if we only have a few viewers. Honestly, guys, the review potential has been great. A lot of people have been watching the VODs and the clips and stuff we put out there. We're growing pretty fast. Triba's at 3K. This is not productivity related, but we have 2,000 actual Triba members. People have gone through that verification and clicked the link and done something. Is it actually 3,000? I don't know if we hit the actual 3,000 number. We're really close. We're at 2,879. Not that I care about the metrics. And Mr. Beast actually talked about this. I should go back through the best parts. He was talking about Lex Friedman asked him, "Do you ever think you'll get 1 billion views on a video?" And he was like doing the math. He was like, "Eventually." I love you too, Goldfish. He was like, "Eventually we'll get there, just because of the way YouTube and the algorithms work. It's not going anywhere. Metrics are just numbers." Exactly. Eventually he will get 1 billion views on a video. It's like videos on YouTube used to have a couple million. Now they have 100 million. Like, it's a lot of views. But over time, he was talking about evergreen content. If you make a really good video, it is evergreen content. You know, a really good video now, it's still going to be a really good video in a year from now. People are still going to get recommended it on their YouTube if they're interested in that kind of stuff. YouTube's owned by Google, and he made a really good point that Google's been the best at putting content in front of people who want to see that content for a long, long time. AdSense and the business payout from Google Ads is incredibly good. So if you really want to tap into that potential to make money off revenue, generate revenue from ads, learn how to make really, really good, engaging YouTube content. Mr. Beast, watch all of Mr. Beast's videos. Just, that dude is doing it right. And then learn from his partnerships. Learn how he does the brand partnerships. He actually talked about that with Lex Friedman. It was like, that's a big part of it. If you're not getting hundreds of thousands of views, you can still make money off brand partnerships. You can still have people pay you if you get a couple 100,000 or a couple thousand views, or if you have your videos on multiple platforms and your cumulative reach, adding together your TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, whatever, your cumulative reach is big enough and you're putting content out there on all the platforms, people are going to be interested in getting a promotion, a shout out, or a sponsorship from your channel or your brand. So it's really more about your brand presence. BU actually does a great job of collecting all that for her own branding and marketing. She has I think it's called a media kit. And this is important. Anyone trying to do brand marketing, influencer marketing, should have a media kit. I'm going to pull up BU's here so y'all can see it. Change window. Figure, why not do this since we're talking about it. This Mr. Beast thing is a great subject, but here you see she has 0 total followers, so pretty impressive. Now it's gonna update. It takes a minute. Sharing my self-improvement journey, one post and stream at a time. I like that. She is a lifestyle streamer and does some gaming stuff too on Twitch, but was a Mixer partner. Her photo was up there next to Ninja on Mixer's official page and everything, right next to Ninja. So I think that's pretty crazy. Like Ninja's one of the top YouTubers as well, up there with Mr. Beast. So Mixer shut down obviously, and she doesn't do Mixer anymore, which is sad. But she has 11,000 people on Twitch still. So, and she collected her following, right? So her total reach is almost 18K, primarily on Instagram. I don't know why it's not saying Twitch, because she actually has more on Twitch. And then you can see like the type of stuff she posts. You can look at her content. You can see if you want to be a lifestyle streamer. You know, she's getting a couple hundred views on her TikToks, a lot of likes. That's really good. Twitter total tweets. But let's go look at Mr. Beast real quick. I'm on BIP. We actually just got a partnership with BIP. I'll talk about that later, but you can see all my searches. What was I gonna pull up? I already forgot. Somebody
Mr.
help me
Beast.
here. Oh yeah, Mr. Beast. Thank you. Mr. Beast, the #1 YouTuber. He has 129 million subscribers. That was the other thing he asked is, do you think you'll make 1 billion subs? And he was like, eventually. I don't think about these metrics though. He doesn't care. What he cares about is making good videos. And like from there, it's an uphill journey if you're making good videos. You're not worried about like getting some subs. Subscribe for a cookie. Also, why is Triba not subscribed? I have like 7 different YouTubes, so don't judge me for my search history. Hydraulic press versus Lamborghini. Like he's gonna just crush a Lamborghini. I feel like I have to watch that. I just feel like I have to watch that. It's so good. His content's so good. All of his videos I want to watch. It's weird. It's like he's really got something unique, but it's also just like combination of all the YouTube work that's been done over the years because he's absorbed it, put it through his own neural network. You need to realize that your brain is your most valuable asset. And you know these guys spend the equivalent of millions of hours training ChatGPT and things like that. But they're not neural networks the way that your brain operates. Your brain has a uniqueness to it that cannot be duplicated. So you need to take advantage of that and make something that's you. That's like, oh, this is my idea. This is what I came up with. I'm going to try it. But I'm going to look at everything else that I can, absorb it, as much content and ideas as I can, process it, run it through that algorithm, and let it impact or let it drive and influence what I'm trying to make. Consciousness doesn't exist in the brain. It's our soul. Yeah, I mean, I'm a firm believer that there's something beyond just our physical body. We have a soul. We have an existence outside of this. And they actually talk about that on Lex Friedman's podcast. They were like getting into what happens when you die. Is it just blackness for infinity? Do you remember everything? And then he was talking about maybe we'll have a Mr. Beast clone that lives on and just, mimics Mr. Beast's videos. It just pumps out content. And his point was, as soon as they do that, they train an algorithm based on his content, and then release it. He's dead. Then it's just gone. Then it's a cash grab. Then it's like you've lost the essence of a person being at the center. Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast brand. And I've realized Triba is my place. Like this is my place to help y'all, to help, and also to get support from y'all, to just have a family, to do business and hang out with. We do more than business, honestly. We play games, we have fun, but we come back around to we've got to improve the content and the product to make money. And if you're not making money doing your business, come talk to me. Let's figure out what you can do to make money. That's my short spiel. You should also get Triba verified. If you're not Triba verified, it is a great way for you to network with the community that's been doing referrals and helping each other grow for the past 2 years. It's a really incredible group of people. We already got over half a dozen different businesses signed up since we launched it, but we have 25 providers within that group that are offering discounts on their services and willing to help you grow. So check it out, top left-hand corner of the Discord server. and sub if you can. And definitely hit me up if you want any help getting plugged in with the community. We'll onboard you when you get Prime and or verified, and we'll make sure you find the right connections. That's the short spiel on what Triba can do for you. You can also share your knowledge. Like Jordan was saying, he wants to help people. So there's lots of ways for you to jump in and help create content, be part of it. Oh, we got another person in here. Collegium Fandom. Yes, this is the chat for the video. I haven't used streaming video on Discord recently. There's a chat and stream side by side now. Yeah, so if you close that window you have open, and then in the top right, you can click Show Non-Video Participants. It's like a little ... And if you turn off non-video participants, it just shows my screen and whatever screen share I'm doing. That's how I stream to Twitch. I mean, you can go follow us on Twitch too. But I have it hotkeyed, I think. That's the YouTube. Yeah, there's the Twitch. So we have all the videos archived on Twitch. I agree about the soul, by the way. Yeah. I totally believe that after we die, it's not just blackness. Mr. Beast seems to be leaning in that direction, that like after he's dead, it's just nothingness. But I kind of think that makes it all pointless. Like, what is he doing it all for? So I recommend watching videos about NDEs. Yeah, we can watch YouTube videos together. Honestly, that would be kind of cool to do. We could watch a Mr. Beast video and do some commentary on it. Have NDEs. I gotta look this up. I don't know what an NDE is. Oh, near-death experience. I've had near-death experience before. There's one Joe Rogan here. Sebastian Young's scary near-death experience. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people, if they're talking about it on YouTube and stuff like this, they're probably exaggerating it, and it's hard to... You gotta take it all with a grain of salt. I've never died and been brought back, to be clear. Near-death experiences, I think, probably technically mean your heart stopped and you were basically dead and then came back. Scientifically studied. Yeah, I know, yeah. It's a big field of study, but I mean, again, I don't think the soul leaves the body immediately when your heart stops. I don't think I think a lot of it has to do with the neurotransmitters and the chemical activity that happens when your brain stops or the heart stops. It's like your brain is still alive for a while after you die. So you're still thinking, you're just like in this limbo where your brain's shut down to a point. It only uses the resources it needs to stay alive, which is the oxygen left in the blood, and it only has so much time. It's like a timer set, so if you can resurrect the heart in that period, you get blood pumping again, you can bring the body back from so-called cardiac death. I think that's the term people use, or the doctors use. Brain dead is when you're not coming back from that. So once the brain is deprived of oxygen long enough, the cells actually die. The neurons die. They're no longer firing. When your heart stops, correct me if I'm wrong, Collegium Fandom, you need to change your name to your real name, please. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I think no one's come back from being brain dead. There's no way you can revive those neurons. Neurons don't regenerate like that. We have actually proven that you can have new neurons made over your life. There's a specific area of the brain, I can't remember now, but we originally thought neurons, like once you had all your neurons when you were born, that's all the neurons you had. Now we've shown that there is regeneration that happens, as well as the dendritic arms of those neurons can reach out and make new connections if they're broken. So like you can have a nerve severed in your leg and then have a connection left. Basically, there's a sheath around the neurons, and if that sheath is still intact, like it doesn't actually get completely destroyed, like mangled, if you have a clean severance of a nerve and you leave it there, you can actually allow that neuron to reconnect and reform that connection. It's crazy. I mean, it's really, really insane how complicated and healing the body is. The fact that you can have that kind of wiring, that depth of connectivity. I mean, we don't have computers that can fix themselves like that. There's just no way. But the biological nature of the cell operating, it's able to repair itself. That's mind blowing to me, and impossible to think that it wasn't designed and created with intentionality. So it is impossible for me to fathom a world in which there's not a designer and a creator. Whatever you think that is, I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to debate it on live stream. I'll talk to you, but like I respect other people's opinions because I'm not in the mindset that I'm right and everyone else is wrong. But I also believe that if you think that it's just endless nothingness after this, why are you even living? Like, I think you should continue living. I'm not advocating you don't, but it seems kind of pointless, and I'd like to see why you're doing what you're doing and what the reasoning there is. I think we all have to have a purpose, and maybe that purpose is to leave something for your family, for your kids. But I think it's very sad to think there's just nothing after this life. Anyways, that's my short spiel on the afterlife. I don't know what y'all think, but let's not get into that. They basically die and tell you what happened after they die. Yeah. That is an NDE for those interested in listening. So back to Mr. Beast and the Lex Friedman podcast. Y'all should definitely go look at it, check it out. But he also got into like thumbnails, clips. He actually mentioned exactly what I was talking about. It's kind of why my brain was there, but excuse me. Distributing your content across all the different mediums short form content's being digested on. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, even Twitter, like you're scrolling through it, it's vertical content. A couple years ago, vertical content was not digested the way it is today. Even 2 years, 3 years ago. People weren't digesting as much quick short form content on their phone in a vertical format. It was like, you idiot, turn your camera sideways, make that a YouTube format video. Why are you making this vertical? Like, now it's like, all right, even professionally recorded stuff is vertical. You know, people are making ads and stuff like that. It's really weird to look at. So now I have to take all our videos that I make like this and put them in a vertical format. Or I like to turn on my screen share and stack it like this. That way it's super easy for me to make it into a TikTok or a reel. Productivity wise, we kind of got off the topic of productivity. Let's go back to YouTube. I thought I had YouTube open. We can look at Mr. Beast again. You're wasting your time. Wait, let's go back to the home screen. Oh, look, there's me live. What? Mr. Beast gains being a YouTube genius for 10 minutes straight. I'm adding that to my watch later. I don't really want to be a YouTube genius, but I think YouTube is here and here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's probably the future of entertainment content. Like, Netflix can't compete with the kind of fast-paced innovation that happens on here. I really think Mr. Beast is onto something. Growing your gaming channel. What else do we have? Breaking news. Oh, they also talked about Botainment. Hold on. Quick intermission break. We got a crying baby here. I gotta check on this.
While Sam checks on the crying baby, I'll keep you guys updated. Here's a fun thing you guys can do if you like Mr. Beast, and I've been trying it with one of the theme pages we own on Instagram. So I run Bat Universe, which is a big Batman page, with a co-partner. And about a year and a half ago, we decided we are going to make this a YouTube channel. And we wasted about a solid 9 months with a lot of very low quality videos, terrible titles, terrible thumbnails. And about, I don't know, maybe 3 to 6 months ago, maybe free. We kind of decided, okay, let's actually, we want to make this work. We don't want to just waste our time. Let's really look into this. We looked into courses. We looked into, like, yeah, just like digital programs we could buy to, uh, learn more. Eventually, I started landing on the Mr. Beast podcast. Bunch of them, like not his podcast. He doesn't have one, but like different podcasts he's been on. And I kind of, me and him just were taking notes. Okay, you want to really look at the impressions because that's all the potential people that could have clicked. So if you had 1,000 impressions and your I don't know your video has only 100 views, you missed out on 900 potential clicks. Also retention, like people when they actually click and either staying for the entire video because that's what you want them to do. You don't want them to just leave after 10 seconds of watching your video.
Right.
And yeah, we
Yeah.
were just taking a bunch of ideas and notes, and it's so far it's improved our YouTube channel quite a lot. It's in a super slow growth at the moment. But we were averaging 30 views. Now we're averaging 70 to 90, and we're working on it. We're working better. It's semi steady growth.
Are you talking about
So
the YouTube channel?
yeah, I was telling them if you want to eventually work on your YouTube channel, start studying MrBeast a bit. Look into retention, thumbnails. And I was
Mm-hmm.
telling them about how I'm doing this with the Batman page, and yeah, it's been working fine so far.
Yeah. Our YouTube channel is not doing great because we don't really put any effort into it. Our Twitch does a lot better. To be honest, like I'm down to 2 neurons, goldfish. We don't live our whole lives working to enjoy 15 years retirement. Let's look at our content. So the videos we make, the highlights I make don't get as many views. But the actual live streams will get 11, some of them gotten like 20 views. The live streams. Then when I make it into a highlight, it doesn't get any views, but it's saved as a VOD. So I go back, I can edit those, I can make more clips. So I make everything into a highlight. You can see I have added thumbnails. They're not the catchiest thumbnails. They're not really meant to get click interest. I don't think people go back through and look at the collections. We're mostly looking at the live streams. And let's look at the analytics. Overview. Let's look at December. I don't know. When did we get partner or affiliate? Let's look at November.
About a week ago.
Yeah, so November 1st or mid-November is when I stopped working with Amaru and started putting more time into the stream. So you can see immediately picked up, started getting 20. This is 24 average viewers. Wait, 2.4. I was gonna say not 24. Then we had a bump up to like 6 average viewers. December 4, 3. So you can see the different days we streamed. Really weren't getting that many average viewers. 10 average viewers on the 20th. Then our launch was January 11th. So we had 5 then. On the 11th, we had 5, almost 6. And then we got affiliate. And then we haven't really gotten many views since then. But the actual content, the clips we're making, go out to our Instagram and our TikTok and stuff. And we get extra views on there. I think the best kind of thing you can do in Triba is come to the events. It's really about meeting the people, the emotional connections. We only do this just to get the word out there and let people know if they're interested. Which I would be, I'd be happy if we had somebody really putting in the time to make video content that's YouTube focused, like longer form video that's educational. We could even go through all these hours and hours and hours of content that I've highlighted and put together some videos. Let's see, video producer highlights. There is 30 different highlights, and all of them are at least an hour. Some of them are 2 hours. That's at least 40 hours of video that is either interviews or Liam talking about marketing stuff, Streaming. I unpublished that one. Some of these highlights got some views. The older ones. We got really off topic from productivity, and it's 10 minutes from the end. Let me read through chat. Regenerate. Yes. I've died in my past lives, and all that happened to me. I got shot in the head and in the back, and basically your body falls, but you're still standing. It's like blinking and being somewhere else. It's cool. You can move around wherever you want. It's still, I have more to find. Astral projection is really cool too. I recommend learning about that. I'm not in chat, but I figured I'd talk a bit here. I suggest you learn how to protect your energy and mindset. If you're stronger than an entity, if they do, some people don't fight there. It's also more energy based. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it some more, but I think it'd be interesting to talk about tomorrow. If you want to come to the Philosophy Club tomorrow, talk about it. It's the same time. You might be in class. If you don't have class, definitely stop in. But even if you're just in chat asking questions, Garrett loves to answer questions. So ask him about astral projections. Maybe that could be our whole topic is NDEs. That'd be kind of cool. We've definitely gotten into weirder stuff before. Sorry if there's some crying in the background here. We got a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old here. And sometimes they don't understand what a live stream is, obviously. We'll probably wrap up here in a minute unless anyone has any questions about productivity. And we haven't done much in terms of tools this week. We kind of just talked about content creation. I think if you're really trying to make a significant amount of content, you want to get it out there, using some tools like ChatGPT-3 to come up with titles, even ask it to give you ideas for thumbnails. You can do that kind of stuff. We talked about that at the beginning. And then another tool you can use is Streamladder if you want to make branded captioned clips. I've been recommended Descript, but I think Descript costs money after a certain amount of hours. I tried it. I set it up on my computer, but I haven't really figured out how to use it. So I'm just still using Streamladder, which is a free software. You can pay for higher quality and stuff like that, but Streamladders is good. What other tools? Just to drop some. I use Orbit a lot for figuring out who to interview, who to bring in for live streams. That basically gives you a 360 overview of your whole network, all the different channels. Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. Give me 1 second.
Okay, guys, I'm back covering Sam. Yeah, so Sam was actually talking about some tools to be productive. It's also important that eventually you can have all the tools, you can watch all the YouTube videos on how to stay motivated and 10x your productivity, and a lot of it is good content. Well, a lot of it will also eventually just come down to you getting the work done, and keeping at it, being consistent with it. If you're working with, I don't know, maybe you check social media tons and you're working with your phone next to you. Maybe just put it a couple inches, further away so you can work a bit easier. Or that if you exercise in the mornings, you happen to be more focused at, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Maybe that's your work hours. A lot of it basically just comes from those type of factors. So, of course, use all the tools that you can, like ChatGPT. I think Sam was mentioning some like Orbit and whatnot. Great tools that will save you tons of time and will help you be more productive. But also, work within yourself a bit. At least from my perspective, you should do this. Yeah, to just kind of work on being a bit more productive. For example, maybe exercise could be something that helps you, stay more relaxed during the day and more focused. Maybe reading. Maybe, as I mentioned before, you get distracted easily, so just put your phone away. Work in a quiet room. Actually, I know this guy Alex Formosi, and he works basically in like a small corridor. Maybe I should show an image in a bit. Well, if you can eliminate distractions, and that allows you to get into deep work, deep focus, it will help you out with productivity a lot. Because a lot of the times, you get distracted, and now it's been 2 hours and you haven't worked. But if you kind of just make your environment where you work as optimized as possible, at least from a perspective of getting work done and whatnot, just put your phone away, make sure there's no, I don't know, a window that you keep looking at, or a TV on. It maybe work better with music, maybe without music. Yeah, just look into a lot of that, because a lot of those factors are fantastic, and are not exactly a tool, but they definitely help. That's for sure. Um, yeah, so that's at least my take on productivity. Use the tools, but also work on yourself. Yeah, and since we're talking about Mr. Beast before, this guy he's really smart, and a lot of people think it's just he's smart at YouTube. But to be smart and good at YouTube, you need to understand a lot of, how humans behave, what they like, what they don't. A lot of psychology. So take this guy seriously. Look into what he's saying. Maybe apply it to your own work. If you have a business and you're trying to grow the social media, just listen to a podcast or two about this guy talking, and you'll notice, okay, maybe I'll try this, or I've been doing this completely wrong. I'm focusing on things that don't really matter, and I should be focusing on the other thing. So yeah, definitely consider those things. It's very important. And of course, like Mr. Breeze, you have a lot of great people too. One that comes to mind is Eric. Which is actually one of Mr. B's friends. And he has like a similar motto and a similar obsession with YouTube. And yeah, you can study that and get better at social media. Also, overall, understanding people's behavior better will help you out with different aspects in your life, personal life, and also business life. So for sure, look into that.
All right. It's been a rough day, guys. It happens. But we're going to have to end the stream. And we'll be back tomorrow for Philosophy Club. It's definitely one of my favorites. If you guys are interested in the deeper meaning of life, what it means to have a brand, have a presence in this world, and to sell something, it really matters what your philosophy and your ideas are. So hop in, share what you're thinking, share what you have, and ask questions. We got our Chief Philosophy Officer, Garrett, coming in, and it's always a good time. So thank you all for joining us. Jordan, Collegium, Liam, Goldfish, everybody, all of you watching on the stream. We appreciate you and your support, and we really look forward to getting to know you better in Triba. If you haven't come onto the server, this is the best place to meet and engage with people. Triba is an amazing place and full of really incredible people. So hop in at triba.community, that's the new link, and you can find the server listed, as well as some of our partners and affiliates there. So check it out, see how Triba can help you, and find your belonging in a digital world. We hope to see you tomorrow, and we'll be back with this kind of productivity and self-help next week. Thank you so much, and have a great day, Triba.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. We'll see you later. I need to stop being so cringe. It's really bad. It's really bad. All right.